Well, here goes another video. So, this video, 5 reasons why you should teach your dog place or on your bed. And if you don't really know what that is, I've got other videos on this. It's the how-to place command in my on my YouTube channel. So go check it out. We won't necessarily explain what that is, but I just want to focus on why you should be doing it. All right. So right off the bat, first one that came to mind was safe space. For a lot of insecure dogs, um, a lot of, let's just say, um, even aggressive dogs, they need to be able to have a space in your house that they would consider safe. And so the place command provides that for them. If you have guests that come in and out, or dogs, or whatever it may be, um, it provides a really good way to advocate for your dog so that your dog doesn't take control when the door opens. And we'll talk a little bit more in depth about what that means. So you're creating a safe space. The dog will go to the place command by default if you work on it enough. This usually should be next to not next to the couch necessarily. It should be where the dog can view where the door is and that. So usually in the living room by a TV or fireplace or whatnot. That should be where you want to place it. And again, you want to create the dialogue with your dog that this is your human's territory. This is your territory, and not the other way around, where the dog says, "It's my territory, and I'm going to bark and act how I want, no matter who's there or what's going on." Okay, so let's move on. I'm kind of trying to keep these videos a little bit short. So number 2 would be independence. Again, for the insecure dog who follows you around the house, endearing, sure, but you're feeding into their codependency. You want to be able to get them. A lot of people ask me how to get your dog more confident. Well, you can get your dog really comfortable in their own skin if they're allowed to be away from you, and it's not an obsessive behavior to always be next to you. A lot of pandemic dogs obviously had the opportunity to do that. I got a lot of calls because of that. But you want to create a confident dog, and again, making your dog go to that bed is how you get there. It will build their confidence up, I promise you. All right, number 3 is door charging / escape. Obviously, this is a big one. A lot of dogs, like almost every dog, will react to the door if it's open in that one way or the other, whether it's coming from a need to control, barking, jumping, or just a quote-unquote happiness. I like to say eustress, so the opposite of stress. It's obsessive, which means it's not healthy. So even if your dog comes to the door and is wagging his tail and he's a happy boy, if he does that every single time, just check to see if make a note to see if it's actually something they can control on their own. A casual walk, a calm walk is totally fine. I'm talking about the ones that rush up and demand attention right there. All right. So it'll help that obviously because you can tell your dog to go lay down and answer the door, or when you come in the door, you can tell your dog to go lay down while you unpack your bags, and then address the dog once the dog is calm. But obviously, if you have a good place command, they're not going to be able to charge the door or escape when you open the door. All right. A lot of stress can be going on when you open that door and you got a dog that really wants to be doing something. Number 4 is nuisance barking. Obviously, if you have a dog who is barking out the window, again, it's their attempt to take control of what they perceive as their territory. And so you want to be able to control that. You want to be able to answer those questions for that dog, or just help them learn that it's not okay. And so insecure dogs bark, and non-insecure dogs bark. But either way, help them out by saying, go lay down. There's no need to bark, even if there's a dog passing or a UPS man coming, or doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So whatever it is, if it's not warranted, right? Like if the dog is constantly going to see people, going to see the UPS man, and those don't necessarily cause harm, so it shouldn't warrant that nuisance barking. All right, and the last one um, is jumping, biting, and fighting. Now, again, if you have a dog who's jumping on guests, the place command is your best bet. Um, and obviously, biting and dog fighting. So when I say fighting, I mean there's a lot of dogs that fight when people come through the door, or there's a lot of dogs who fight at the door, barking at the door. And so, one of the techniques, obviously, that I teach every owner that has two dogs or more that are fighting, is taking control of that environment, which is putting them on that bed. Again, if you have that ability, you can stop a fight and you can actually get those dogs to get along again too. Because I won't go into too much fighting, but that is one of the repair techniques that I teach people: is how do we get those dogs' relationship better? And one great way to do so is to have control when you walk in and out of doors, and also spatial issues as well. So say you're sitting on the couch, one dog's right here and the other dog's coming. Well, some people have fights that break out. But again, if you have a really good go to your bed, you can already stop it from happening. And then you can really help the dogs like each other even more, because sometimes the one dog needs to see that the other dog can be controlled, and vice versa. Same thing with cats. Your cats will start coming out if your dog's driving your daggum cat nuts. Then if you take control of the dog, if the cat's like, hey man, if this dog is calm, I'm probably going to come out a lot more. So the place command is good for that. It's probably another, this could be another reason, but for time's sake, we'll just stick with those. So if you guys have any questions about what I just talked about, please feel free to comment. If you found this valuable at all, please like this video, share it, or subscribe to my channel. It just helps out the video just a little bit. But again, this is video number 2 of the whiteboard series on your bed, and I'm going to be showing you guys throughout this video some little footage on exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.